on the line with us is Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey. He is a member of, the ranking member of the Capital Markets, Insurance, and Government-Sponsored Enterprises Subcommittee of the Financial Services Committee, and he's with us on the phone to explain his concerns for the direction that Congress is taking on the reform question. Good morning, Congressman Garrett. Thanks for being with us.
It's good to be with you. Thank you.
We have been asking our viewers the broad question, how to best regulate the financial markets. Would you answer that yourself first, please?
I think everyone agrees that some reform needs to be done. No one, Republican, Democrat, Independent alike, says things are fine the way they are. It's just what sort of regulation? Are we just going to have a huge new bureaucratic type of structure put in place, or are we going to try to come with smarter regulations so that the Madoff situations don't occur again, so that the AIG type situations don't occur again? And we do that very simply by, well, putting in legislation that will really address the problems, go right after those particular failures, and not just do some other things that may have been on someone's wish list for years. And
what's the direction that the committee is taking, in your estimation?
The committee is acting right now sort of like a train running down the track at full speed. One of the things that I take away from the August break was the American public was saying, read the bill before you vote on it, and that really means read and understand the bill. We just had a markup yesterday. That's where we have a bill come in and actually vote on it in committee. And, literally we're only getting it last Friday and literally just the night before as far as final amendments to it. So no one there could say that they honestly read through it and understood every single part of it and knew what they were presenting to us when we got it from them. So that's one of the problems that we're still dealing with it. It's just sort of a rush to judgment at the last minute just so they can say, we have this all done before the end of October or before the end of November.
We have been reading from the newspapers some of the pros and cons on the creation of the new consumer agency. But yesterday, the committee spent some time on derivatives. Would you help explain to our viewers what was intended with the direction of the legislation on the derivative market?
Yeah, I mean, the direction was originally a good one. You had the Obama administration came out with a proposal initially, and then Chairman Frank said, well, he had his proposal, and it was moving in what most people agreed was a better direction. But yesterday, it flipped around and went back in the wrong direction. Really creates a whole new regulatory body with the CFTC, and I heard the last caller talking about the SEC getting involved in regulating these things in a way that really doesn't address the problem on one hand, and actually is going to make it harder for businesses to do what they need to do, which is to get credit, have capital to go out and buy new things, build new factories, hire people. So it puts a limitation, if you will, on the ability for businesses to grow, as opposed to trying to make sure that, remember the Lehman situation, make sure that that doesn't happen again, the AIG situation. It doesn't tackle those problems at all to a large extent, but it just creates more regulation, which doesn't help us.
How are you feeling about the overall state of the economy today?
Not as good as some of the pundits out there from the administration and elsewhere who kept on talking about, what's that expression, green shoots and that sort of thing. We are looking at a jobless recovery. We're looking at a situation where we're just in a situation where we're spending out of control, and there's no reins being put on that whatsoever. Deficits are as far as the eye can see. And I am concerned more so than many about the risk of inflation coming up. Inflation is really, I would say, is the cruelest tax at all, because every time you go to the store, your dollar buys less, and that's just like another tax.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. We appreciate having your perspective on our program.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The yeas are 421, the nays are 0. 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended. The bill is passed, and without objection,